Mary MacNeilly. Welcome to Miss Mary's Butterflies, our web series just for teenage girls. Here we talk about money, business, and entrepreneurship, and vitally important life skills to help you become a successful woman in any business or career you choose. Today's episode is called Don't Be Bullied, Be a Leader. With me today is an incredible young woman, Ashley Berry. She's an actress in theater and film, a singer, a model, spokesperson, and writer for BU Magazine. She's also an honor roll student, and I have to take a breath here. List keeps going on. She's also an internationally recognized anti-bullying advocate who's won many awards, including a Channel 7 Everyday Hero Award. And I just can't believe you're only 13 and not 25. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
What an exciting accomplishment that you recently got with your award with Channel 7.
It was very exciting.
Excellent.
And I'm just really proud of all that I've done and for all the support I have with my family, and they just helped me get through everything.
Oh, that's so great. We know that when bullying happens, it's happening everywhere. It happened to you. It's happened to me, to 2 out of 3 teenage girls. It happens in person. It happens online. And the thing is, you didn't do what most girls do when they got bullied, right? You turned an awful experience into something positive that is going to help a lot of people.
Well, I really just wanted to get my voice out to as many people as I possibly could, and I wanted people to know the dangers of bullying and all the harmful things that can happen, but also know how to avoid them.
Absolutely, which is great. I think being proactive and on the front end and knowing how to not even get yourself in that situation is super, super important. But we'll get into you and your buddy Taylor Swift here in a minute. I heard that she was involved in your story, and we'll get there in a minute. But first, I want to focus on the workshop that you created, the Girls Workshop. It's an organization, and it stands for Girls Inspiring Real Leadership. So how in the world does learning about leadership work with bullying?
Well, I really think that leadership and bullying kind of coincide with each other, because once you become a leader, you get to stick up for people when they're being bullied, and you get to stay out of the situation, so you can step forward and not be the victim or the bully. You just get to be there to help and support.
Set the right example.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And again, it goes back to being proactive. If you're walking the walk in the first place to lead a good life and set a right example and be respectful of others and communicate well, and yeah, if you're doing it on the front end, you can definitely remove yourself from the situation and potentially encountering bullying. So you not only have girls your age in these workshops, but other people too, right?
I mainly focus it on elementary school girls.
Oh, wow. Young.
Because my bullying things happened when I was in 5th and 6th grade.
Unreal. Unreal.
And so I focus it on those girls so that I can really get the message out to them, because not many people think that it happens to such young ages.
No, I just had a moment of shock when you said that just now.
Yeah, and so I include the middle and high school girls as mentors to go with me to the workshops and speak to them and kind of just work as leaders for them.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. That is really shocking to hear that it does start so young. And I've been teaching dance for 11 years, and I do teach as young as 5 years old. And really, now that you say that, I think about some of my classes, and I have caught girls even at that 8, 9, 10-year-old range being very snippy and snotty to each other in class. And I've heard some remarks being made about a girl's dance ability or technique, or maybe the way that they did something. And you're right, I can absolutely see how that could start at such a young age. Really important. One of the things that really hit home for me was how you talk about the value of positive friendships. Now, what does that mean for a girl who's being bullied?
I think positive friendships are really important when you're going through that, because it's someone to help pick you up when you're down and be there for you and be able to tell the other person, because sometimes you don't have the guts to do it yourself, that what they're doing isn't okay and that they really need to stop, and they're there to stick up for you.
I think it's super important. Now, as I say in many of our episodes of Miss Mary's Butterflies, I'm 29 years old. You don't grow out of this. It's around you for the rest of your life. And I want girls to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, it gets a lot easier after high school, a lot easier, but it doesn't mean that you completely are removed from it. It'll happen in the workplace. It could happen in your family. I mean, it's everywhere, and it doesn't end, but I think you can learn those skills, and your workshop obviously teaches those skills for us to be comfortable with ourselves and confident and in love with who we are. And that's the message behind Miss Mary's Butterflies. I don't care what you look like, what you do for a living, what your passions are, what successes you are. That's you. be in love with yourself and be okay with that and be able to stand there and say, hey, this is who I am. Now, how has your work helped other girls dealing with bullying, locally here or around the country?
Well, a lot of people message me through my Facebook page, and I have people asking me for advice and wanting to hear what I've been through so that I can help them with what they're going through.
Sure.
And one of the big examples that I have is a few weeks ago, a girl messaged me and was saying that she was being bullied, and she just wanted my advice on things, and we had a full back and forth conversation for about a week.
Oh my gosh.
And she said that I just really helped her out with what she was going through, and that just made me feel good about myself. And I like just being able to help the other people that I possibly can.
Bullying is a super, super serious issue. It has escalated dramatically now that we have incorporated online bullying and what's happening in social media. And I will have to say, I'm glad that made you feel great. But girl, you're making waves. I mean, what you just did with that individual and helped talk them through over a week's worth of conversations, that type of communication with these girls, that potentially just saved a life.
Exactly.
The amount of suicide that's happening and the amount of young girls and young boys that are taking the pressures of school and social media and the negativity and society and what's happening, I have just seen more and more and more in the news that these kids are taking their lives because they truly don't feel that they have a way out of this, and it just devastates me. It breaks my heart. And to hear that you've already made such an impact locally, and obviously you're known in quite a few places now. You're really taking off, and to hear that you're making such a difference, I mean, that's amazing. Don't stop, because there is a nation, there's a world that needs you and needs your voice right now. And I hear that you get the attention of a lot of people. Specifically, I have got to know about this story about you and Taylor Swift.
Okay, so basically what happened was, my grandma's friend was her mail lady.
Oh.
And so somehow they started talking about me.
Yep.
And about what I was going through, and it was while I was being bullied. And so she went inside and got a few things, and I brought some actually.
Oh my gosh.
She gave me this book. It was her tour book.
Holy cow. Oh my gosh. This is incredible.
Yeah, I was pretty blown away.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and
then the CD along with this bracelet that I wear a lot now. And it really just kind of...
Wow. She's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the bracelet say?
Speak Now. It's from her tour.
Oh, excellent. That's impressive stuff. Oh,
I was
so
excited.
Cool. So cool. Wow. Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm sure there's a million teen girls out there that would have loved that opportunity to receive that. Was there anything else to that Taylor Swift story?
Well, she gave me a little word of advice, and it was to keep my head up, my heart open, and I will be blessed. And that's my quote to live by now, because even last year we were doing an art project at school where we could just put our favorite quote on something, and I made a pillow and had it with that signed on it. So cool. And it's just like my quote to live by, and I love it. And I was blown away. I was speechless.
That's incredible. Well, one thing that we love to do on our show is give our audience concrete action steps. This is big stuff that we're talking about right now. And if a girl is being bullied, I want you to tell them, what are those steps that they should take?
Well, the first step would definitely be to tell an adult, because I think adults really, although sometimes, especially being a teenager, you're like, oh no, I don't want to get them involved. I can handle it on my own. But you're going to need it. And even though you think you aren't, you're going to. And it's always best to have an adult there to help you work through it. And then second is to be open about it, because if you hide it in, it just hurts even more. And so if you talk to someone about it and get it out there, then I think it just makes you feel better about it. Like, you're still not feeling good, obviously, but it doesn't make it as hard. And just to have someone there to talk you through it and work it all out with you is amazing.
I completely agree. I know we could talk for hours, but we're just about out of time. You've been so wonderful and inspirational, and you truly walk the walk. That's one of the things that we talk about here, is there are so many people that talk the talk, but it's those that actually go out and walk the walk. And to hear you have girls already messaging you and connecting with you, that story alone, that just makes me feel so good, because we need more resources like you, and your workshop is incredible. And getting to these girls at that elementary age, yes, please These girls need to understand their self-worth and how to respect others. What you just said about having an open heart, it all starts there. And if we're leading with our hearts and we're speaking to people the way that we would want to be spoken to, and we're controlling our words, we're controlling what comes out of our mouth, and really we're controlling our thoughts, and we can be respectful of others. It's not just elementary girls or teen girls. There's women my age and women older that need to be hearing this message, because people are so strongly impacted by words, whether it's online and email and text, social media, or whether it's said face-to-face or heard through the grapevine. It's very hurtful. So I appreciate you going into detail on those action steps and talking about positive friendships and everything that you've been doing. Really remarkable. So if we want to learn more about you and your journey, what should we do? How do we connect?
You can visit me on my Facebook page, and it's Ashley Michelle Berry.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. Ashley Michelle Berry. That's where you're going to find her on Facebook.com. Thank you so much for joining us. We've absolutely loved having you here.
Thank you.
I always want to hear from our audience. Have you struggled with bullying? Have you bullied others? Oof, that's an interesting one. Please let me know in the comments section. I'd be happy to discuss it here on our show or reach out to you individually. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share our videos with your friends. Follow us on Facebook and keep coming back for more great information about teenage girls just like me. I'm Mary MacNeilly. We'll see you next time on Miss Mary's Butterflies.